This is the University Farm. It is one of the most amazing resources that we have here at Chico State for the College of Agriculture majors. It is one of the most incredible hands-on laboratories that you could ever experience. This 800-acre hands-on laboratory was established in 1960, and this is where we take theory and we put it into application, getting your hands dirty for the sake of animal science, plant science, ag business, and ag education. But before we get started with all this fun experimentation and exploring what this place has to offer today on our tour, I want to run us through some things that are really important in terms of keeping you safe, keeping our facilities in good condition, and keeping those around us safe as we use this resource and continue to enjoy it for years to come. Now, because this farm is part of a teaching institution, our main goal is to use these facilities to enhance the education of all of our students that come through our program. However, this is still a working farm. And you kind of think, what? Really? Yes, this is still a working farm. And there's a lot of things that we have to pay attention to before I just let you loose for labs and we enjoy what resources this place has to offer. First step, I want you to always listen to your instructors. If they tell you to do something, do it. If the farm managers ask you to move along or step aside, do it. Very important. Second step, I want you to start these rules of safety as you're driving onto the facility or walking onto the facility or bike riding onto the facility. This is a working farm. There is moving machinery most times during the day and even sometimes at night. We want to be cautious and understand these tractors are loud, they can't hear well, they can't see you well, and often these are students just like you learning how to operate this kind of machinery in a pretty stressful, people-filled location. So make sure that you are following the rules of the road, the speed limit, distancing, stopping at stop signs, and please make sure, ladies and gents, not to swerve around the vehicle or swerve around the tractor to get to lab faster. This is when we see accidents happen. Also make sure that you're not on your cell phone and that you're not doing any type of distracted driving while on our facilities. There are a lot of lab environments on the university farm that you will be participating in. We do a whole host of biology labs, and so we're going to have to be cognizant of things like safety gear, so gloves and glasses when we're working with certain chemicals, and making sure that we're washing our hands before we eat or drink anything outside the classroom, because you never know what you're taking home with you. Additionally, we're going to do things in the meats lab, and there's a lot of rules that we want to follow in order to keep our USDA certification in the meats lab in good working order. So things like we need to have our long hair pulled back and in a hairnet. We need to make sure that body jewelry has been covered with band-aids or a hairnet to ensure that none of that is falling off of the body into our facility. The meats lab is an actual working meat slaughterhouse, and so we need to make sure that we're keeping food safe for consumers that are buying that product from our Chico State Meats Lab. When you come to the farm, it's important to think through your attire. You need to be in working clothes, so closed-toed shoes, long pants of some kind, jeans preferably if we're handling livestock or working with chemicals, and just make sure that you're putting on any safety gear that's given to you. Often when we're working at the farm, we're in outside conditions. You don't always know what the weather is going to look like, so you might need a hat or a jacket depending on the time of year. Now, this laboratory environment is a great place to get to know your classmates and a great place to experiment. We just want to make sure that we're keeping you, our animals, and fellow classmates safe. So please make sure that you're not sticking your hand in the pen with an animal unless you know it's okay for you to be interacting and touching that animal. Sometimes you're going to see aggressive or fearful behavior if you're working with an animal that wasn't prepared. Also, I want to make sure that we do not enter our swine facility here at Chico State without prior professor or manager permission. This is considered a biosecure environment, meaning that we are very careful about the individuals that we allow to enter and exit this facility in order to handle disease in our swine herd here at Chico State. Additionally, I want you not to get into any pens or open gates of any livestock that you were not instructed to do so. You never know if we've got males that are in breeding season, females that are just beginning to calf, and if we've got aggressive or fearful behavior occurring in those animals. Animals that work in herds tend to run fast, jump quickly, and get through gates before you know what to do. So please make sure that you are closing all gates behind you anytime we're entering or exiting any facility out here at Chico State. If the gate was closed when you got there, it needs to be closed immediately when you enter or exit, no matter what. We'd like to welcome you to the California State University Paul L. Byrne University Farm. We know that this is going to be an amazing place for you as you enhance your education. We also know that you are going to be an amazing advocate for this place, keeping yourself safe, our livestock safe, and those around you safe. We are so excited to have you here. Welcome.